What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Festus Fantasy Football Forum on the Fantasy Jacks podcast. And this is, I'm in pain. I'm not in pain. Happy Victory Tuesday for all who celebrate, which is when I'm recording. But if you're a fantasy manager like myself and you didn't win and you're 0-2, today feels really bad. Today feels really bad in a do-or-die week for a lot of teams. And for others, you're higher than a kite right now, and I get it, and I envy you. But we got a great episode for you guys. Prime time. Matchup reviews, matchup previews. Obviously, we're going to be returning with Tyler's locks. We're going to be returning with the plays of the week by Colin. And obviously, your guys' favorite, the power rankings, which are going to be a little bit less controversial this week because now it's week 3. We kind of know where teams are. So, should be a great video, though. Should be a great video, so I hope you guys enjoy it. And let's get right into it. So, guys, we're going to start off this video. We're just going to get right through everything. Matchup reviews. Last week, guys, I think this was probably the worst week I've ever done in picking games. I went 1-5, bringing my overall season record to 4-8. That's really bad. That's, like I said, probably the worst I've ever done. Chris, if you guys have been paying attention to his picks on the YouTube channel, post tab, he went 3-3, I believe, so he is now at 5-7 for the season. Better than me, I guess. Tyler also, for his lock of the week, Brockzilla -7. That missed, so he's 0-1 as well. So a bad week if you're picking games, but a good week if you're on the other side of those. Let's get right into these games. Let's start off with the Guardians of your mom's house getting just embarrassed again by Team DD. 123.6 to 87.74. An embarrassing week. You know, CD and Dak did great. They showed up because they're the only good players on this fucking team. You know, there was a controversy about maybe going into Monday night. Was there going to be a you fucked up award for the Guardians? It didn't end up being so because Jacoby Myers and Brock Bowers thankfully saved me for that. But again, just so many touchdowns left on the bench. There's 3 left on the bench. It wouldn't have mattered in the long run, but not getting the full potential out of the Guardians lineup. That's the story of the start of the year for Team DD. Overcoming injuries, overcoming some dud performances with great performances by Wan'Dale Robinson. Austin, I hate you, so I'm really not going to give you much props for that. I think you just got lucky. But a good play. Whatever. You suck. I hate you. Other than that, though, whatever. Let's go to Bucky's Backpack taking down the Dows. 125.08 to 87.04. Another merchant of that Cowboys and Giants game for Bucky's Backpack. Malik Neighbors, 37.7, great game. Another great game from the flexes. However, guys, I want to point this out. Colston Loveland, another dud week, and I'm now imagining that Jay Gill is going to have a lot of concerns in that tight end position. There's going to 100% be someone picked up. I'd imagine Colston Loveland even gets dropped this week. So if you want to look at him on the waivers, go ahead and do so. Other than that, fantastic team. Justin Herbert, still amazing. Bucky, solid as ever. Tyrone Tracy could be actually a big concern here. Maybe you move JK into that RB2 slot and then start playing around with Tyrone in that last flex. But then again, you look at the bench and it's not super deep. Josh Downs, I probably would say, is the best. So you just got to attack the waiver wire. And then for the Dogs, it's just a bad performance. There's nothing really to say here. Joe Burrow now is going to be out for a few months. And that's a big hit considering he was, I think, your 4th or 5th rounder. Maybe 6th rounder, I'm sorry. 5th rounder, yep. Let's go down to the Evil Empire. He took down Names Still Loading, 108.74 to 85.9. A bad performance by Jalen Hurts, and he gets away with it. You know, Evan Ingram was nowhere to be seen. Breece Hall and Drake London, nowhere to be seen, but he had a huge monster performance by Rome Odunze. What I'm seeing this year so far, and just in these first couple matchups, is if you have someone go absolutely off, it's kind of a shoo-in for a win. I mean, look at everybody. Look at Ty against Malik Neighbors, couldn't do it, couldn't overcome it. Look at myself against Wan'Dale, couldn't overcome it. You come over here, Rome Odunze, AJ couldn't overcome it. That's kind of the storyline that I'm seeing so far, at least with this week too. Jaden Daniels injured for AJ. We'll see if he can play. And then the running back room, man. The running back room with Chase Brown, Omarion, Pacheco, Jordan Mason. No one over 8.5 points. That's terrible. But then you go to the wide receivers, of course, Puka. But other than that, that's it as well. Really, really concerned here for Names Still Loading. And as for Evil Empire, just go fuck yourself. Here is the closest game of the week. We have the newly named Washington Redskins, which is kind of cool, going down or taking down 12-man blitz 118.1 to 111.92. Kyler Murray, mid. Ashton Jeanty, really concerned right now if I'm Judson. His usage was not good. He tough schedule to start the year, but again, it's just the way that they're using him. I'd be a little bit concerned. Everyone else, though, you got to be really happy with. Devontae Adams did good. Tet, he's looking like a really, really good pick this year, potentially pick of the year. Who knows? Again, Travis Kelce, Tucker Kraft. You don't need both tight ends. Maybe you trade one to Jay Gill, who is clearly in need of a tight end too. Maybe you even trade one to Chris. I don't know. I think there's a lot of tight end hungry teams now, and you got two good ones. If you consider Travis Kelce good, I probably wouldn't. Another tough loss by Colin here. You get the Jamar Chase game, and it goes for nothing. Last week you had the Josh Allen game, and it went for nothing. This week, Jamar Chase. This team is not clicking at all, but I hate to say it, Colin, you do get a You Fucked Up award this week for starting Tony Pollard, who had a 14.4 point projection, over Jaylen Warren, who had a 14.8 point projection. So that does constitute a You Fucked Up award. You would have had a 120 points total. So that is two, and that, guys, is two direct losses based on You Fucked Up awards for 12-man blitz this year. I understand that this was me last year. I was getting You Fucked Up awards left and right because I couldn't start the right person every time. Now it looks like it's going to be Colin taking those reins. Next up, we have Can't Chubb Check taking down Dom's Girth 119.4 to 57.58. And guys, this is a new bestest fantasy football record. Let's go into the lowest match points scored all time. That's RS means regular season. That's Dom's Girth for week 2 in 2025. 57.58 points there. Looking really, really good. It's funny enough because he also has the lowest playoff points scored, but then also the most playoff points scored. Mez's team looked really, really good this week. The running backs I was very much impressed with. That's the guys that he has to lean on to win games. But again, just want to point this out, not good at the wide receivers. 9.3 from Devontae Smith. Hollywood Brown, 8 points, alright? Kind of expected him to do more. Obviously, he just didn't. Running backs, yes. How much can you reliantly lean on them? I don't know. You maybe kind of want to spread your team around too. Again, Mark Andrews, absolutely awful. He's unplayable at this point. Going to be another guy to either trade for a tight end or hit the waiver wire. For Dom's Girth, just the absolute worst week, like I just said, we've ever seen in fantasy football for this league. 4 points for Fields, and that's when he was pretty much healthy the whole game, just the fourth quarter. He still only scored 4 points. Derrick Henry, a bit concerning, scored 41 points for the Ravens and only had 2.3 points. I am very concerned about Brian Thomas. Sam Laporta, I think he got injured. I don't remember. I thought I heard he got injured. No, it didn't look like he did. Okay, so that's good for him. Shakur and Dylan Sampson, just mid at best. But the bench went off as well, so it definitely could have been avoidable. This worst points game ever, it could have been. Wasn't, though. If I'm Dom, I'm taking a big look in the mirror, like he kind of said. He's just really embarrassing. So that leads us to the primetime game of the week. This is going to be the highest scoring game of the season and the highest scoring game so far for any manager this year. And that's Jackson's tight end. He took down Brockzilla 162.66 to 121.5. Gotta love it from Tony. I mean, look at this absolute just boom of a week with Jared Goff, who had 5 touchdowns. Amon-Ra, who I think had 3 touchdowns. JSN, there's a PPR machine. Chuba Hubbard was great. Devon Achane was great. Travis Etienne, again, was great. You know, he's an auto start. These 3 running backs, very underrated guys, I would say, but just absolute monsters for PPR. Then you go to the bench. I mean, even still, Jameson Williams looked great. So that's great for him. Aaron Jones, yeah, he's injured with a hamstring, so knew it was coming. He tried to get rid of him. No one was dumb enough to pull the trigger, which is good for the league. Bad for Tony. I know Brock doesn't want to hear this, but obviously, as we know, if he would have played pretty much anyone else besides Jay Gill and Austin, and obviously Tony, he would have won this week. He's just been lighting it up right now. I mean, Tony's team, I'm sorry, dude. I am so sorry that I was wrong, okay? I'm sorry. I'll give you it. I'll give you the win. I'll give you the respect there. It works, okay? And when you're not doing the stack anymore with the I mean, look, TJ Hawkinson still, that's very bad. And the 2 games that he's played, he hasn't scored about 5 points all year. And you drafted him in the 7th round. I'm telling you guys, you wanted to make fun of me for not drafting a tight end. You guys drafted tight ends, and they all suck. I'm just throwing it out there. They all suck. Chetta's concerning with JJ McCarthy. Cortland Sutton, 1.6 points. That's a little interesting for sure. Maybe something's going on there. I don't know. Just bad luck for Brock going up against Tony this week. So there is the recaps, guys. Again, I went 1-5. So we're going to now get into the matchup previews for week 3, guys. This is a huge week for a lot of teams, and another great primetime matchup. I wonder if you guys will guess who it is. No spoilers, though. Let's get right into the first game. I want to go over here. Let's start with name still loading, taking on Bucky's backpack. Right now, the projection is 114.7 to 112.9. And I'm curious what Colston Loveland's projection is. Again, 4.38 points right now. He's going to be attacking the waiver wire. I imagine he picks up a guy like Zach Ertz. Again, I'm recording this on Tuesday, so I don't know what he's going to do. But if he picked up Zach Ertz, that's awesome. That's what I feel like that's the only hole in this Jay Gill, Bucky's backpack team right now. Maybe Tyrone Tracy and J.K. Dobbins get switched. Or maybe you just sit J.K. Dobbins altogether this week. I mean, he's going up against the Chargers' run defense. Could be a tough matchup there. But also, J.K. Dobbins for their team. Maybe he has some fire in him. I don't know. As for names still loading, Jaden Daniels injured with I believe it's a knee sprain. He just probably won't be as mobile, so his floor is a lot lower. Running back room. We got to talk about it, AJ. I mean, if I have no confidence in this running back room if I'm you right now. Omarion projected 12. Chase Brown with the no Joe Burrow Bengals offense, 16, which is his lowest of the year. Pacheco, he's unstartable at this point, right? 11-point projection. Go to Jordan Mason down here. It's because of the Aaron Jones injury. He obviously is going to get started. But over who, though? Go to the wide receivers. Puka, I love that. Malik Neighbors against KC, I don't really love. Malik Neighbors might be matchup proof, though. He's still young, but I think he is. I think this game's going to be pretty good. This is the most important week for AJ this year, obviously. Bucky's backpack doesn't really need to worry about it too much. I mean, he can just come in and do what he does. Do or die nature for AJ, man. He needs to win this game, and that's why I'm actually going to take him to win, okay? I think Bucky's backpack is just going to have a down week. And name's still loading again. I think they're due. They got to do good at some point. I think the running backs do finally bounce back. Puka, it can't just be Puka, right? Just can't be Puka. So I'm going to go with name still loading to win. Guardians of your mom's house taking on the Dogs. 118.9 of 91.7. Right now, no quarterback for the Dogs. I would imagine, guys, he is going for Daniel Jones on the waiver wire. They could be 2-2 for the waiver pickups. That'd be cool. I don't know what to say about these two teams, man. I mean, super underperforming teams. I believe they're the 2 lowest scoring teams in the league right now. That's bad. That's really, really bad. You have probably no confidence in anyone that you pull out there. There's no confidence anywhere. Bijan going up against Carolina, though, that's going to be a monster performance, I would imagine. And then T. Higgins against Minnesota. Travis Hunter against Houston. I love that matchup. Does Juwan Jennings get back into the starting role? I would imagine. Especially against a easier opponent in Arizona. As for the Guardians, something's got to happen. Some move has to happen because holy fuck, this team is just awful. It's just bad. Okay? And I hate that it's bad because it has a lot of potential. So many good wide receivers on this team, and it's not clicking. All right, Garrett Wilson has a great week, then has a terrible week. CeeDee Lamb, he's consistent. It's not about you, dude. You're the good guy. You're the only good one. Okay. AJ Brown, where have you been? DJ Moore, where have you been? Right? Jalen Waddle, nowhere then everywhere. Come on, I need a little bit. RJ Harvey, please. Who am I gonna pick for this game? I really don't know. I mean, this is a huge game in their division as well. I don't know the stats to make the playoffs going down 0-3, but especially with the hot start that Team DD's having, you have to win this week, and you cannot go down 0-3. If you go down 0-3 in the season with Team DD going as he is, you have to go for a wild card spot, and even then, I think it's going to be pretty tough to get one this year. from this division. So, huge important week. This could be prime time if you really think about it. I kind of thought about it because it's that important. But I'm going to go with the Guardians to win this week. I really don't want to because every time I pick myself, I've lost. I think the Guardians are just a little bit of a better team. I'm just hoping that maybe, just maybe, the wide receivers can get going, right? Let's go to 12-man blitz taking on Can't Chubb Check. 125.6. Huge projection total there to 117 flat. That's a huge projection total. And that's interesting. It's very interesting to see that. Ja'Marr Chase, no Joe Burrow. What does that look like? It looked fine with Jake Browning last week. But can that continue? I don't know. When you look at Can't Chubb Check, again, story of the running backs, I should say. You know, Christian McCaffrey against Arizona, that should be a monster game. Kenneth Walker against New Orleans, I think that should be a monster game as well. Jonathan Taylor against Tennessee, lower your expectations a little bit for that one. Can 12-man blitz's running backs get going? You know, there's a story there as well. Huge game for Colin this week. Again, we just talked about it with the Guardians and the Dogs. If you go down 0-3 in a tough division, chances of making the playoffs is extremely unlikely, okay? And Colin has won his division 3 straight years. Right now, he is looking like, I mean, obviously he's in last, but Tony's team looks really, really good. Highest scoring team in the league, okay? And that's going to be tough to come back for 2 games. Now, luckily for him, he has a little bit of breathing room with Brock and Dom also kind of being a little iffy right now. More so Dom, obviously. So I'm actually going to take 12-man blitz to win this week. I'm going to take Colin because of that narrative. I think he has to win, and just like the A&M Aggies, baby, they're going to go out and they're going to show out. Can't Chubb Check. It's not a knock against your team. I think your team's still really good, but I think 12-man blitz is just simply going to outperform his opponent this week. Let's go to Brockzilla taking on the Washington Redskins. 124.4 to 119. Brockzilla, who gets to start this week? Drake May or Bo Nix? I imagine Drake May stays in there. And then you're going to really rely on your running backs again. Javonte, James Cook, Josh Jacobs. They've all been great for you. Is Cleveland going to shut down Josh Jacobs? Could be. They shut down pretty much every running back they've gone against this year in terms of run game. Jettas, Tyler Warren, automatics no matter what. Courtland Sutton, I think you can maybe have some arguments there for Cedric Tillman or Alec Ayumanor. As for the Redskins, again, and just another bland, boring team. I love Tet, though. I love Tet. Tucker Kraft gets the start, as it should be. Good for you, dude. Happy for you. Whatever. Kyler, Genty, Kamara. Are you confident in those plays? I don't think so. Genty, I'm panic. Nico, Devontae. Expect Devontae to maybe have a tough game this week against Philadelphia. And then Ted against Atlanta, that should be pretty decent as well. This game could really go either way. I think whenever I was picking this game, I was mainly going for who do I think has the better firepower, right? It's not so much about matchups for these two teams, in my opinion. I'm going to take Brock to win. I still think he's one of the best teams in the league, not saying that Judson's team isn't. I'm going to take you to win this game, go to 2-1. I just think you have the better team overall. And then let's go to the last 3 o'clock game here. It's Jackson's tight end taking on Dom's Girth, 118.7 to 114.2 is the early point projections. And it looks like Dom is going to be running with 4 running backs today. That's scary as hell. Scary as hell. Especially with Bill and Ramondre kind of chasing some narratives, chasing some points from last week in terms of Ramondre. I don't know how I feel about that at all. Tony's team, rolling back everybody. Here's the problem, though. TJ Hawkinson. That is the problem right here. TJ Hawkinson, not, like we mentioned, has not scored over 5 points once all year. Does he get going this week? He should. I mean, look, I thought Britton Stranger would be a home run play against the Bengals because they suck against guarding the tight end, and he did awful. So is TJ Hawkinson good enough still to overcome his early season woes? It's not clicking. Maybe he's washed. You know, maybe, I think he's 30. So maybe he's washed. Etienne, Hubbard, Achane, stardom, automatic. Every day, all day. And then you got the Lions stack on Monday Night Football with Goff and Amon-Ra. I don't see anyone else that you would start. Aaron Jones obviously looks to be injured this week, not going to play. You weren't really playing him anyways. effectively speaking, the stacks are gone, right? You have Jameson Williams you could trade. I don't know if anyone's really going to bite on him, considering Laporta's been doing great and the running backs, right? You don't really want a fourth option on your fantasy team. Even it worked last week, but it's not likely to be consistent. Maybe you keep him just in case Amon-Ra gets hurt. I don't know. Dom's Girth coming off the worst performance in league history. And he's going to roll back out with pretty much the same lineup except the flexes. I don't know if I like that. I probably would start Shakur, especially over Bill Krosky. I don't trust that at all yet. And of course, I've been wrong about everything I've been saying this year. So if I say don't start Bill Krosky, probably should start Bill Krosky, honestly. But I'm just saying, I think Khalil Shakur is a better play. I'm not going to harp on it too much more. I'm going to go with Tony to win. Jackson's tight end to win this one. Get to 3-0 and completely just get a big middle finger in my face. Because I was dead wrong about this team. And I am sorry, Tony. Let's now go to the primetime game of the week. And I got the Evil Empire for the second time this season already. It's been 3 weeks, 2 times already. Taking on Team DD. 116.8 to 121.4.
What's going on, fellas? Week 3, prime time. We know what it is. Big game. I feel like this program is used to the bright lights. And in the past, we haven't performed. But it's a new season. And now that the preseason's over, I feel like week 3 is when teams really start pulling away. And at the beginning of the year, I really thought Team Duty was just not great. And I still believe it's not that great. I mean, you got the Madden cover athlete as your first round pick. That's always worked out for everybody. Your tight end 1 is bald. That's just not something I would want on my roster. And so I just don't think he has what it takes to bring down the Evil Empire this week. So I'm going into this week fully confident, and I expect a 40-point win. I really do. And I feel like this week is really going to put my team on the map. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Austin, eat shit and die.
This week, guys, I really like the Evil Empire's matchups. I really do. Jalen Hurts against the Rams, I think that's going to be a high-scoring game, and Jalen Hurts is going to have to throw the ball. He has to, right? Jahmyr Gibbs against Baltimore, I like that. That's going to be a fun game. Drake London against Carolina. Rome Odunze against Dallas. That should be a great game as well. Rome Odunze should be heavily involved. That should be a shootout, honestly. I think it's going to be a fantastic matchup week for the Evil Empire. I mean, you got a couple of tough ones with Breece Hall against Tampa and Tyreek against Buffalo, but I think they can manage those games, especially Breece Hall. When you go to Team DD, Lamar, Saquon, James Conner, Jacoby Myers, Wan'Dale Robinson. Xavier Worthy is still injured. Does he play this week? I think he does. I think they said week 3 was the return estimation. So do you play him in spot of Wan'Dale Robinson even if he's injured? That's going to be a huge decision by Team DD. Hopefully he crumbles under the pressure. Hopefully. Brock Bowers obviously going to start him. Ridley and Pearsall. One big thing I am having about this team is that there's just no running back depth on this team right now. Scatterboo and Gainwell are unplayable. I'm going to go for the primetime week 3 game. I'm going to go the Evil Empire this week. I think that these matchups are way better than this team's matchups. Okay, Saquon against the Rams, I don't love. Wan'Dale against the Chiefs, I don't love. And then Brock Bowers, guys, he's way more injured than he's letting on. Ricky Pearsall against Arizona could be pretty good, but maybe not actually. I mean, their secondary's been pretty good. I'm just going to rely heavily on the matchups for his players. Team DD, though, I've been wrong about this team every single week, I think. So it wouldn't be surprised if I did 3 straight weeks I was wrong about them. But the Evil Empire's got a good team. Alright, that was the matchup recaps. Let me go through them again just to go through my picks. I got the Guardians taking down the Dogs. I have Name Still Loading beating Bucky's Backpack. I have Colin beating Can't Chub Check. I got Brockzilla beating the Redskins. I got Tony beating Dom's Girth. And then for the primetime game for week 3, guys, I have the Evil Empire taking down Team DD. Before we move on to the final segment, I want to get into Ty's Lock of the Week. Let's hear it.
Rough week 1. Very rough week 1. Brock didn't cover. No, he did not. Nope. So here we go. Here we go, boys. 0-1 in a very rough way. Tony really flipped that script. So yeah. 0-1 is what it is. We bounce back. I'm actually gonna flip the script myself, if you guys don't mind. I'm gonna go ahead with my lock this week. Take Tone Dog cover 4.5 against Dom. Dom projected 114. He's actually yet to break that this year. As you guys know, he had a very rough week last week. And I guess I don't have much room to talk shit because my team isn't good either. But I am not a fan of Dom's team at all. And Tony's team looks really good right now. So I'm going to go ahead and take Tone to cover this 4.5 point spread. Make that my second lock of the year, and hopefully we bounce back. That's all I got for you, boys. Good luck to everybody, and go Steelers, Tone.
Thank you so much, Ty. Hopefully everyone's picks works out this week. Gentlemen, breaking news. As I am editing this, we made some trades, which is awesome, and that means I get to introduce to you the 2025 Festus Fantasy Football Form Trade Review Expert. He has graciously already reviewed and sent me his product, I guess, for the first 2 trades. I'll pop them up on screen just so we can remember and have a little refresher. Both did pass with the form and the members of the committee. So he's just going to be reviewing them and giving his 2 cents. So everyone, hope you're excited for this. I think it's going to be really great. And yeah, here we go.
What up? I'm here as your trade representative for the league. We're discussing the first trade of the season. Super underwhelming trade. Doesn't make much sense in my eyes. Jackson needed a running back. AJ didn't need a wide receiver. They made the trade anyways. Jalen Waddle for Omarion Hampton. Waddle, I don't know. Both of them have decent schedules. Omarion Hampton hasn't done nothing. Waddle's hurt. Omarion Hampton's probably going to do more as it goes on. The Chargers are just throw heavy right now. Won't be like that all season. Jackson won this trade, obviously. There's no really dispute. AJ didn't need Jalen Waddle. I mean, he probably won't play Jalen Waddle at all. Maybe he will. I don't know. Everyone's just bad at fantasy. How does it affect next week? It doesn't. Jackson's still not going to break 100. And AJ's probably going to not play Jalen Waddle. So he loses Hampton. But Hampton's been sucking. So maybe Jordan Mason will do better for him. And, fuck. Yeah, that's it. Pretty underwhelming trade. Pretty bad trade, but at least the trade happened. How do I flip this? Fuck. I can't. Guys, please trade with me. Please trade with me. Okay. Second trade of the season. Third time making this video. First time, got a little out of hand. Said a little too much. Second time. Said that in the last video, And I did the same thing. So this time I'm just going to kind of zone in, reel it in. Javonte Williams for DK Metcalf. What the fuck is that? You know how stupid you have to be to make that trade? I mean, we're not even going to talk about why it's stupid. That's just a stupid trade. I don't care who makes that trade, what the dynamic is. It's a bad trade. Now let's talk about the dynamic. Bucky's backpack. 836 running backs on their team. And they got DK Metcalf. Brockzilla. 9,000 wide receivers. And they got Javonte Williams. Let's trade. I want another wide receiver. 9,000 isn't enough. And Bucky said, I want another running back. 14 running backs ain't enough. He's got running backs playing wide receiver positions. That's how many running backs he's got. His tight end's a running back. His quarterback's a running back. Literally. The Cowboys look good. You know, offensively, they look good. They're running the ball a lot. 20 times a game. 20 points per game. That's a good running back. That's a good running back dynamic. That's a good team to have a good running back on. DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf on what team? Oh, I can't even say their fucking name. The Steelers. Oh, who's their quarterback? 80-year-old Aaron Rodgers. So you got a shitty team. An old-ass quarterback. He's shitty. Shitty quarterback. I'll say it. Shitty quarterback. He's old now. I can say it. Shitty team, shitty quarterback, shitty wide receiver. That's 3 no-nos. That's what you don't want on your team. And we're going to take that guy and get rid of a fucking 20 carry per game, 20 point per game running back on the fucking Cowboys, the notorious running team. They like doing it. They like doing it. And you're just going to let them do it. It's one of the worst trades ever. I know the trade committee's there to like stop corruption and do all that shit, but we also got to like kind of, you know, I seen that trade and it gave me an aneurysm, so they should also be there to protect the people in the league. You got to be able to protect the people in the league. And when I have a heart attack seeing that 2 teams that, you know, score 115, 120 points per game are trading with each other and they're trading the shittiest fucking trades and one team's just getting better while one team, it's just, you know, not getting better or worse. You know, neither team, it doesn't fucking matter. Me and Jackson can't combine enough points to beat one fucking team. So it doesn't really matter. But what does matter is how bad he got fucking robbed. I mean, unless he knows something. Maybe I'm the idiot. Maybe I don't do enough research, but something fucking sucks there. I'll tell you what. It's just the stupidest trade I've ever seen in my entire life. Hey, Brock, I'm gonna tell you a little secret. I'm gonna tell you a secret. Running backs can go in the flex position. Ah, shit. I was trying to keep that one a secret. That was gonna be my way to win this league by putting running backs in the flex position. Damn it. Brock didn't know they could do that. Brock didn't know that you can put the 20 points per game running back into his flex position. Instead, he's gonna take DK Metcalf on the Steelers with the ball getting thrown to him by Aaron Rodgers. It's whatever.
We're gonna do a little bit differently last week. I was kind of trying to like scroll up and down on my script part, my document, and I'm not gonna do that this week. I just have it pulled up here on my little screen on the sides. For the power rankings this week, you know, taking in a lot more information. We're taking in points for, we're taking in points allowed, we're taking in playoff percentage, chance to make it. Without further ado, let's get into it. This is just a little bit of a snapshot of the league right now. Look at that, the Guardians, second most points allowed. Wow, consider crazy. Let's get into it, guys. The number 12 team I have this week is my team. It's my team, guys. The Guardians of your mom's house comes in at number 12. Unfortunately, the running back room is awful. Unfortunately, the wide receiver room is inconsistent, except CeeDee Lamb. Love him. I think actually I got a really good tight end from on Juwan Johnson off the waiver wire this week. You know, everyone was making fun of me for not drafting a tight end, and I kind of made this point My tight ends have been better than a lot of other people's that have been drafted, right? I get it, Brenton Strange was terrible last week, but Juwan Johnson, he's scored 10 plus every single week, right? And I think he's tight end 2 right now, and I got him on my team from the waiver wire. So that's the power of not drafting a tight end. Either way, still, I mean, A.J. Brown is very concerning. Garrett Wilson, very concerning. DJ Moore and Jalen Waddle, they're not concerning, but the consistency scares me because I never can trust them, and it's always going to be between those two guys on who I start, which sucks. I'm looking to make trades. I am looking to make moves. I don't care who it is. You can get anyone on this team, package deal, 2 for 1. I'll trade 1 for 2. I don't care. Just not CeeDee Lamb. That's the only one I want to keep. I don't care if I'm going to go down with the ship. Don't care. Don't give a fuck. Not trading CeeDee Lamb. But anyone else, come hit my line. At number 11, guys, I got the Dogs. I hate to do it. The defending champion, Ty, he is on that Super Bowl hangover for sure, and that's okay. It happens. Right now, no quarterback. Joe Burrow does look like he's going to be out for a few months, so I said earlier, I assume he's going to go pick up Daniel Jones if he can. Bijan looks fantastic. He looks like the best player in fantasy football, which is great considering you drafted him number 1 overall, but it's everyone else is selling you short, man. Emeka looks great. Trey McBride looks great, but Travis Hunter does not. He does, but it's kind of... It's hot and cold. He does look good, but he looks bad like last week, and he should not have been bad last week. The Bengals defense was absolutely atrocious, and somehow Travis Hunter just did not get involved. T. Higgins, no Joe Burrow now, so that makes that relationship a lot worse. TreVeyon Henderson, for some reason, was not played at all in that Dolphins game. I'm very concerned about him as well. And then Juwan Jennings, I'm assuming, goes into this next starting role. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can put this team any higher. 0-2 as well, the 3rd worst scoring team in the league. I think it's fair where we're going right now. Let's go to number 10, guys. And number 10, I have names still loading. Another 0-2 team, another low scoring team, another team, like my alliteration there, with just a lot of question marks, especially in the running back room. I mean, Omarion Hampton, what's going on, brother? What is going on? Pacheco, what's going on? Chase Brown, not looking good now with no Joe Burrow. And then Jerry Jeudy and David Njoku have not been good at all. Considering Joe Flacco is your quarterback who's airing it out, it's Harold Fannin and Cedric Tillman on that team. I mean, they're getting all the work on top of their 48 running backs that they have. Puka, fantastic pick there. This is going to be wide receiver 1 most likely. He's already wide receiver 1. I imagine he's going to be the best wide receiver this year. Him or CeeDee Lamb or Amon-Ra. Maybe Malik Neighbors gets thrown in there. But Puka for sure. I think you see this team make a trade as well. All these 0-2 teams, myself, Ty, AJ, they all need to make trades. I don't know who or what, but someone needs to be trading because their teams are just not working. Let's go to number 9, guys. I have Dom's Girth. And the reason I have Dom's Girth is because he did so bad last week. I mean, it was awful. It was the worst week ever. Mahomes is back to starting, which is good. I mean, the one Linsanity game of Justin Fields is over. Derrick Henry, David Montgomery, are you confident with them? Derrick Henry, I am, but, he has no PPR value, so you are really betting on him to go against bad run defenses, which Cleveland is a good one. Cleveland is now what we know, a good run defense. Brian Thomas, panic alarms everywhere. There's panic alarms on top of the panic alarms for Brian Thomas Jr. Mike Evans, ageless, but he's off to a bad start this year. 10 and 10, 50 yards each game, that's fine, right? But you don't want that as your wide receiver too. You need that as your flex. And he's getting that out of Mike Evans. I don't know. I don't think that's personally good. But what's crazy is that he's better than Brian Thomas. So Sam Laporta looking good again. And then the flexes. I don't know what the fuck is going on with these flexes, man. I don't know what is going on with them. Bill and Ramondre, I don't trust that at all. I don't trust Khalil at all. Khalil Shakur, I don't trust Cooper Kupp at all. Or Samson. That's why he's number 9. Right? I think he needs to make a trade as well, but I don't think he really can trade anybody. Maybe you get rid of Brian Thomas, but what value does he really have right now? And no one's going to want to go take on any of these running backs. There's just no upside, really. I mean, Bill Krosky does have upside, don't get me wrong, but we just don't see it. We haven't seen it yet. Let's go to number 8. Another 0-2 team, guys. I have 12-man blitz. I got him at coming in at number 8. And the reason I have him at number 8 is because I love Josh Allen and Jamar Chase to spearhead everybody. It's just not working. 0-2, and you've had a 30-point game from Josh Allen and a 30-point game from Jamar Chase. That should never happen. Whenever your best guys, and especially those caliber guys, go off, you should be 2-0 right now. But your team is just selling them, right? DeAndre Swift has been bad. Jaylen Warren's been good, but you haven't really been starting him. Tony Pollard's been bad, scoring-wise. Hunter Henry, not reliable. He did good the first week, going you 10 points, and then he has that one-catch game. And that's why I never really trusted him personally. I mean, 12th round pick, it doesn't really matter. And I think it's because they use that other tight end, Austin Hooper. So, that's frustrating, for sure. It's the You Fucked Up Awards. 2 losses, 2 You Fucked Up Awards. And now I'm looking at one right now that could happen with Deebo Samuel and Chris Olave, right? 2 similar projections. It's that, who am I going to play this week type deal. I'm really concerned with that. Just a weird spot. I think 12-man blitz also needs to make a trade, but for what? I mean, when you look at this team, 125.6, that's a high projection. I know whether you like it or not, you're not going to want to get away from that high projection. Right now, DeAndre Swift's projection total is super inflated, and I don't really know why. Who are you going to trade to go and upgrade anywhere, right? Do you upgrade your flexes? Do you trade one of these running backs and go get a better running back in a package deal with, like, Olave? I think Olave has pretty good value right now. I think you could trade for someone. You'd have to package a running back at this point, but you could definitely do that. Do you want to? I don't know. Like I said, 125.6 point, that's the highest in the league, I think, which is crazy. There's a lot of potential with this team, but for an 0-2 team, we gotta put them down. At number 7, guys, I have Kent Chubb Check. Sitting here at 1-1. Love the running backs. I really do. Hate the wide or receivers. Kenneth Walker finally showed up last week, but can you trust him moving forward? Personally, I think you can. Along with Jonathan Taylor and Christian McCaffrey, ride those some bitches out. You know what I'm saying? There's no superstar wide receiver on this team, which is fine. If your whole strategy is to go super heavy on the running backs, then you don't need to go super heavy on the wide receivers. I mean, look, no wide receiver on this team is projected over 13.5 points. Keenan Allen might get a slight bump later in the week, but no trust in Devontae Smith. No trust. No trust in Terry McLaurin, really. Michael Pittman's probably your most trustworthy wide receiver right now, which is crazy to say. But he really has. I mean, look, 20-8. Daniel Jones has been good. Mark Andrews, 7.5 point projection. Another guy, maybe you trade a wide receiver for a tight end. Maybe you trade somebody for something, because we can't roll out Mark Andrews anymore. You just can't. He's awful. And I had him last year, and I'll tell you, he's awful. Right? Another guy needs to go hit the waiver wire for a tight end, but now all the tight ends are pretty much gone. Keenan Allen is going to be very solid for you right now, position rank 12. But look, Devontae Smith, 65. Terry McLaurin, 60. Right? Like, that's atrocious. And you drafted these guys pretty high. Terry McLaurin, 3rd round. Devontae Smith, 5th round. And you have top 60 guys. Congrats, dude. That's not good at all. Tight end is... Mark Andrews is tight end 50. I didn't even know there was 55 tight ends in the fucking league. Like, that's absurd. Look how bad that is. I mean, that's... Oh my god. Holy fuck, I didn't even realize how bad that was. You're seeing that live. Holy shit. Yeah, let's get off this team. Then this team might be lower, honestly, but, I mean, Christian McCaffrey and Jonathan Taylor are so good. And Baker's doing really good as well. So it's saving him. Let's go to number 6, guys. I have the Washington Redskins. 1-1 as well. And you're sitting with Kyler, who is doing pretty decent. You know, QB 17. Not really using his legs as much in more of like designed runs. Can I go to his complete stats here? What's his rushing right now? Rushing right now, he's got 14 carries for 70 yards. Not bad, averaging 5 a carry, but you'd like to see maybe a little bit more. The way he's scrambling from the games that I've seen is he's scrambling around in the pocket, kind of like outside of the pocket. He's not really going upfield at all. he's trying to maybe create a little bit too much, and more so just needs to go downhill and get those yards. Genty, very concerned about Genty, very concerned about Nico Collins as well. I mean, this is your top guy right here, first rounder, supposed to have wide receiver 1 upside, and he does not look good right now at all. And it's not really his fault. It's the O-line and it's C.J. Stroud's bum ass. Davante Adams, fountain of youth. Tucker Kraft, tight end 1, gotta love it, right? Look at the top 2 tight ends in the league. Tucker Kraft, position rank 1, drafted in the 10th round, and then Juwan Johnson, undrafted, tight end 2. Travis Kelce, though, might trade him. There's a lot of teams looking for tight ends right now, so I think this guy is in prime position to make some moves. Hopefully, maybe he can package him. Like if you could trade a Travis Kelce and a Kamara for somebody, maybe you get rid of Genty. Maybe you just pull the plug on it. Hey, it's not gonna work out. It's okay. Go get someone, right? I mean, look at Mez. He's got Jonathan Taylor sitting there, and he needs a really good tight end. Am I playing matchmaker? I don't know. That's what I would do. Other than that, though, I think the Redskins are a pretty good team. You know, top 6 for sure. It's pretty much all I love. I mean, Tucker Kraft, obviously, I love. But, like, again, I don't really love Davante Adams. I think he just had a huge week. I thought Nico Collins will be better. I think he's going to be better. You can't have any faith in it right now. You just have no faith in it. Let's go to number 5, guys. Let's go to a team that I was super wrong about, and I'm sorry. But we got Tony's team. Jackson's tight end coming in at number 5. Shooting up the power rankings. I had him at 11 last week, and he's at 5 this week. You know, super, super powerful stack with Jared Goff and Amon-Ra if it's the Lions' week, if they go against the Bears, right? Other than that, T.J. Hockenson also has been terrible. Maybe this team goes and trades for Travis Kelce. I don't know. Because it's the tight end position for me on this team, right? Running backs are great in Achane, Hubbard, and Etienne. He nailed that Etienne pick, looking like a steal of the draft pick this year. 10th rounder, best pick could be. Right of the Tom Brady award. But tight end has been terrible. Stephon Diggs has also been really mid. No one's going to really talk about it, but he's been really, really mid. You know, 11 and 7, it's whatever. But he's got the quarterback 6, running back 5, running back 7, wide receiver 3, running back 9. That's a really good recipe right now. It's really, really good, and he just needs to ride that out. Whenever the Lions have a good week, this team is going to be pretty much unstoppable because their good weeks are better than other good weeks, as we've seen. Like, whenever the Lions do good, they score 6-7 touchdowns. JSN also is a fantastic pick. I really love JSN's usage this year and the way they're using him. I had a lot of concerns with Sam Darnold, but he is looking like he's quarterback proof in that aspect. Wide receiver 11 I think that's honestly his floor. He's going to be a top 10 wide receiver this year. Shoe it in. Let's go to number 4, guys. 4, I have Bucky's backpack. Right? Love the team, right? Love the team led by amazing MVP quarterback Justin Herbert. Flexes I don't love. I don't hate J.K. Dobbins. It's just, it's going to run out eventually, right? That fountain's going to run dry. Zay Flowers is doing really good right now as well. I mean, wide receiver 5, you can't ignore that. You're just a little bit, you know it's not really what you want. They're a run-first team, and if they want to run for 500 yards in a game, they will, and Zay Flowers is going to be nowhere to be found. Right now, though, they haven't done that, so that's been good for him. Colston Loveland, a huge hole in this team. I get it. You had George Kittle. He's on IR for another 2 weeks, so you kind of have to figure it out. Go to the waiver wire, pick someone up just to be serviceable, because Colston Loveland at this point is not serviceable. He's not even rosterable. He's really not. 2 catches on 2 targets, 3 points. 0 points last week. You cannot play Colston Loveland whatsoever. It wouldn't bother me if you dropped him. It wouldn't bother me if you dropped him. They're just not using him. They're using Cole Kmet way more, which is weird. They drafted him 10th overall and they're not using. I don't get it. I really don't. Go Bears. Malik Neighbors looks like a great pick this year. Wide receiver 2 right now. Bucky Irving doing his thing. Running back 11. I like it. You know, DK could be a little bit better, right? I mean, it's just, he's not getting a ton of catches. 4 catches week 1, 3 catches week 2. I mean, the targets are there, right? You know Malik Neighbors is going to be the PPR guy, but at least give DK a little more than 3 catches. You know what I'm saying? Like, give him more than that. Number 3, guys, I have, you thought, Team Diddy. Coming in at number 3, congratulations on your win and your sports betting success. I hope nothing good happens for the rest of the year for you. Hope you lose all your money. And I hope all your fantasy teams suck. I'm still mad about the loss. I really am. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be unbiased. I'm supposed to be. Unbiasedly saying, I think this team is the 3rd best team in the league. Can't really put them over the top. The other 2 guys, I just can't yet. There's injury concerns. I don't love the outlook of this team in terms of long-term season. Right now, he's killing it, which this was expected. You know, we said preseason power rankings. We said week 1, this team's going to be really, really good at the beginning part of the year. James Conner, Saquon's healthy. Xavier Worthy had a huge workload expected. This team's going to be really good early on in the year. Where does this team look like, and where's this team at in the middle and the late part of the year? I don't know. If he can pull off another win, especially in prime time this week against a tough opponent in Chris, I think I have to put this team at number 1. I think I'll have to. He's on fire. You love the wide receivers right now with Ricky Pearsall and Jacoby Myers. For some reason, Wan'Dale Robinson is prime Randy Moss. I don't know. Saquon is a stud. He's a stud. Somehow he's position ranked 8, though. I don't really know how that's possible, considering he's gone. 18 is, I don't know how he's position ranked 8, so that's weird. But QB1, tight end 6, wide receiver 9, running back 8. And number 2, guys, moving down this week after that tough loss. It's not really a knock against him. He ran into a brick wall in Tony's team, but I still like this top 2 team for sure for me. Brockzilla, you know, the one concern I do have about this team right now is the wide receiver room. Justin Jefferson with J.J. McCarthy. We know he's quarterback proof, but is he quarterback proof? You know, is he? I don't know. Marv, back down to earth with Kyler. Completely uninvolved last week. Very concerning. 2 for 27. Right? And you hate to see it because he did so good week 1. Cortland Sutton again. Also, another concern because Troy Franklin, I think, is really, really good. I think Troy Franklin, who's going to get picked up on waivers this week, it's only who will. He looks really good, and he's cutting into Cortland Sutton's production. It's good for Bo Nix, but not really, because you don't even have him starting at this point. But look at his team rankings, right? Quarterback 8, running back 1, tight end 4, running back 3. And then that's not even talking about Jettas and Josh Jacobs, right? That's impressive. I think I like Brock at number 2. If anyone wants to argue and put him back at 3, if you want to put Team DD at 3, you can. I wouldn't hate you for that. I think Brock is number 2, though. And that means, guys, at number 1, moving up for the first time in his career of Festus Fantasy, in the Forum era, the Evil Empire, Chris, has a number 1 ranked team in the league, in my opinion. Top to bottom, I think very solid. Jalen Hurts, Jahmyr Gibbs, Breece Hall. I love all of those guys. Rushing upside, it's all there. Now, the wide receivers, yes, a bit concerning. But the crazy thing about this, and remember, I factor in team outlook. And you have Rashee Rice just hanging out here, waiting to come back at week 7. And he's going to come back fast, I imagine. The Chiefs need him. He's going to be really, really good. And he's going to slide in to Rashid's spot. Or maybe you package one of these wide receivers and trade him for someone better and then just slide Rashid in here. No injuries as of yet for this team, so maybe his depth takes a hit. Rome Odunze, breakout year. Looks like going to be a Tom Brady pick of the year so far candidate, right? 7th rounder as of now. Steal the draft. Looking like the best team in the league in my opinion. And if you have any quandary for these 3 teams, you could pretty much put any of these top 3 teams in the number 1 spot. I think Chris, Brock, and Austin all can fit up here. I think there is a cutoff between these 3 and Jay Gill and down, right? You could argue. I know Tony's not going to want to hear that. I know Tony doesn't want to hear that, but it's the truth. They have the best 3 teams in the league right now, and you got to give them their flowers. They've drafted well, and they're healthy right now. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this week's forum video. If you did, leave a like, comment down below, With that being said, guys, good luck to everyone this week, except Ty, which, you know, I hate to say it, but go fuck yourself, Ty. Hope your team sucks. And go Bolts, at least, you know, go Chargers. Alright, I'll see you guys. Have a good one.